Hi everybody, Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying this very simple wee foam terrestrial pattern. It's could be an ant, could be a beetle, could be a blowfly. It's a good wee pattern to have in your box. Now, as always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anyone who wants to support the channel, which will get you entered into the giveaways for the flies tied in the videos. You can see here I've already got a few of these in this one. I've tied both the red, I think this is kind of red ant version with the cocoa brown foam, and obviously the black version. It's a really good wee pattern. It'll catch your trout everywhere. You know, especially in the sort of warmer months, late summer. You know, if there's flying ants or if there's beetles or anything like that about. So I've got my hook and my vise. It's a competition heavyweight, size 12, right? I go for the heavy hook because it really helps to pull that fly into the film, and certainly like it balances the foam. You know, you always know it's sitting the right way up. And I've run on some black uni 80, and I'm going to just catch in some black foam. I've got a wee section of black foam here that I've cut into about a 2mm square. Just got to catch that off, quickly catch it in, and then tidy up what will be the belly. Right, I don't put any dubbing or anything on, it's just a quick simple fly. Just take that back a wee bit more, just sort of to the start of the bend. And then I want this to be about 2/3, so catch it in. Give me some nice wee black hump. Get that locked in nice and tight, and then I'll just take my thread to the hook eye and catch the foam off again, right at the eye, and then flatten all that down as well. Right. So if you're going for the red ant with the hard foam, the cocoa foam, you might want to use a 6/0 thread, right? Because it's a bit harder than the black plastazote, a wee bit harder to crush down, but you can do it with 80, but some people might be a bit heavy-handed. I've certainly had people ask me about that, friends and all that. So fold that over again, create the wee head section, right? And I'll come in, trim away my waist. That's quite good. And then again, just flatten all this in, right? Get it all nice and clean. Now, if you clean this up, it makes your life easier when you're doing the rest of the stuff, right? If it's all bumpy, it gets in your way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some small rubber legs. Obviously in this one I'm using black, brown for the other. So we'll come in, just catch the two of them in, say about 3 wraps, and then you can just separate them. Pull one onto my side, one onto your side. I'll catch them, I'll come right, I'll sort of pull them back on the underside of the foam and tie back, and that'll lock them in. And then again, just take your thread, skip it to the back of the foam at the head, pull everything up. Oops, missed that one. Drop that over, catch them in. And if you keep them sort of on the underside, they'll generally behave for you. We'll just cut these just now, so just beyond the back of the hook, and then a wee bit shorter out the front. That's fine. So I've now got that, right? I've got to tie my hackle. I'm using, well, it's a Grizzly saddle hackle, although you can see here it's sort of doing that, like, got this wee bit of badgery fibre on this one, which is fine, I don't mind at all. I'll just run up between them. So catch it in on my side. I've left a wee bit of bare stem, right, just so it'll sit. Now, I tie these with and without a sighter. I think if you can get away with it, it's better to fish the one with no sighter. Especially if you're fishing pressured water. But sometimes you can't see, right? Especially these are not that big, right? I mean, 12's is as big as I would go with this probably. Maybe a 10, but probably 12, 14, 16. Depending if it's ants or beetles or just a kind of generic attractor offering I'm going for. Especially on a river, if you're casting up under trees and things, it can be quite hard to see. You're on a glary ripple on a loch. So I'll show you how to do the indicator. If you don't want an indicator or the sighter, just don't tie it in. This is some ultra dry yarn, right? Fully mill stuff. Obviously it's fluorescent pink, right? And I've just got a single length of it here. Just cut that, I'll leave it a wee bit long just for handling. And I'm going to take a good 3 or 4 wraps, right? Tie it in with a good 3 or 4 wraps of thread. And then sort of pull it tight and come in. Put wee kind of gathering wraps there, right, just to sort of lock those thread wraps. And now this is quite tricky because of the foam, but I post it very slightly. I'm not really making a post like as if it's a parachute. It's more just to kind of lock it together, right? So, and then again another couple of wraps just to gather everything up and get it out of the way, and that's fine, right? You can pull it, I've got a single fibre there that I don't like, just rip it out, take it away, right, and that's that now kind of controlled. And then I can wind my hackle and get plenty of hackle in, right? This obviously to the fish should represent the wing really, right? So I'm going to get as much as I can in behind there. That's 3 or 4 probably, depending on the hook size, right? On the 12 that seems to be okay. Again, and in front. Then when I get to the foam, just come up, catch it. The 3 or 4 wraps to hold it. I'll just draw everything back, bring my thread to the hook eye, like that. Couple of wraps, and then I'm nice and clear. Everything's nice and clean, so I can come in and whip finish. Nice and tight, and then knock the thread off. I'll come in nice and close with my scissors, trim away that hackle. A wee fibre I don't like there, so I'll just get rid of that. Not bad. And then I'm going to come on the other side. Watch your rubber legs. Just trim everything underneath. Obviously, you can be as fussy as you like, but I like the underside to be clean. I don't want any hackle try to support the fly off the surface. And then I'm going to get my sighter now. Again, sighters are a kind of double-edged sword for me. I'm always a bit leery. I think they can put fish off. So what I do to make this is, well, still being visible, but sort of as unobtrusive from below as possible. stretch it, right, it's a crinkly material so you can stretch it, then just come in at the level of the hackle and cut, and it will sort of spring back a wee bit so it's not sticking up above your hackle. Right, the hackle barbs are as high as it, right, so when viewed from below, it's, you know, you can see even for the angle, it's not that apparent. The last thing I do with this is I'm going to take some varnish. There's a hackle fibre sprung down there. Right, I'm going to just take my varnish. I use an applicator bottle for this. I just sort of sweep the hackle upwards, and I'll drop a big blob of varnish on the underside. Just coat the whole belly of the fly, and then obviously that locks in your whip finish, and it will sort of lock the hackle fibres in place, and also you're sort of reinforcing the hackle stem because it will absorb that thin varnish as well. So there you go, it's an easy wee pattern. I mean, it's a 10-minute video, but it's absolutely no a 10-minute tie if you're not talking about it. But it doesn't half catch fish, as I say, trout and other species, so get them tied up. Hope that was useful, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to give me a thumbs up below, and I'll see you for another one. Tight lines, guys, bye.